Welcome to Proud Ricky exclusive YouTube channel with Reverend Dr. Jason Morrison. Just relaxing at the property here on the Central Coast, New South Wales. The greatest asset you have is your mind. Don't let anything get in the way of the health of your mind. If you can keep your mind clear and be at one with yourself in here, everything else will follow. Don't worry about the dysfunctions of everybody else and how they manage themselves and their perpetual victimhood and why they're on this and why they're on that. A lot of this addiction stuff and dependence on substances and this kind of thing is a choice. I'll tell you why I know it's a choice. Because I've seen people make the choice to get off the shit. People have come to their senses. I've seen it time and time again, and they've made the choice to get off the shit, and their life's improved. But what does the stuff have to do to you before you're prepared to make that choice? Why do people have to end up maimed and harmed and all this other stuff before they go, fuck this, I'm going to get my mind back? The greatest asset that you can have, the most valuable thing that you have got, is your mind. Everything comes and goes in life via your mind. Your choices, the way you resolve things, your ability to confront issues, your ability to solve problems, your awareness of where your partner's at and what's going on with them, your ability to care, your ability to set boundaries, your ability to assist, your ability, everything comes back to your mind, the health of your mind. Well, you'll say, well, I know drug addicts that help other people and all this sort of shit. Really? What happens when that drug addict's damn well coming down off something and they're no good to themselves, let alone anybody else? I've had girlfriends where I've had a wonderful night. And these are exclusive relationships, and everybody goes home the next morning or whatever, and then you ring them up and they can't even speak on the phone because of their habits, which have got nothing to do with what you're trying to invest into them. That's careless, guys. You're being used. Men do this to women as well. Kick them, kick them, kick them. Your value and the expression of the person's value towards you will come back to how well they look after their mind and how aware they are of where you're at in your life and in their life. Everything else is negligence. It's not being independent. It's not about wanting time alone and all this crap and rubbish. These people are unable, disabled in their skills in a relationship, an exclusive relationship. Some of these people are brilliant at, fulfilling their grudges and trying to steal intimacy of somebody, come in and they just use you. No. It's very difficult for people like that to really get somewhere in life, because life has a way of disciplining those that just can't get things in order. Order is not easy, and it all comes back to this: your mind. Let nothing go near your mind that's going to harm it. Yeah, you're going to have stresses and things that are hard in a relationship. That's what it's about. But you can rise. If that person's communicating with you, you can rise. That's where communication comes in, isn't it? What if you're trying to deal with someone that's just mute, or you need them to talk about something and they're damn well fucking stoned or pissed? Where do you think a lot of the trouble comes from? Where do you think... let me say this to you: without the drugs and alcohol and all that other crap, a lot of the resolve wouldn't be necessary. Most resolve comes from the dysfunction that this is causing in people's personalities and attachment styles from drugs and alcohol. It's not usually their fucking inner child and all this, although there's an element to that. Adults know enough about themselves to know what's good and what's bad for them and how to behave and how to not. That's not taking anything away from the dark side of people. But if you value something, you'll live right for it. You'll do right by it. You'll appreciate it. You'll get in there and you'll, hey, what's wrong? What's up? You're not going to smother the person. Hey, how you going? Where we at? You want things to be right. You want it to be right. You want things to work. You want to have that pure element of love that works, don't you? Well, that comes through a clear mind. Clear-mindedness equals clear life. Messed up mindedness can lead anywhere. No, guys. Protect your mind, and that will demonstrate to the person that you're in a relationship with that you're willing to have the mental muscle to understand where they're at, what they need, to understand the timings of their soul during their month. Women have got things that go on in their femininity, understanding their timings and their cycles and when you're required and when you're not as a man. The being able to flex and bend with things that are working in unison with the relationship but are unpredictable. I've watched these substances and alcohol and all this stuff ruin so many lives and break so many hearts and so many relationships. I've watched these people end up demonized. I've watched them die young. I've had to bury them. And I don't want to do that again. Everything comes back, viewers, to how you look after your mind, how you regulate, how you're going to understand, how you're going to perform intimately for the person that you're with. Don't you think a person wants to look in your eyes and see a whole, full, well-aware being? Don't you think that turns people on? Or do you think people are turned on by the filth and the muck of being stoned and fucking drugged? No. No. Everything for success in life will come back to your mind. So ask yourself, how important is your mind? Really? You know what life can do to you. You know how life tries to deceive you and wreck you and break you, and then you're dealing with people with all these emotional ways in which they can sabotage themselves and everybody else, and you're trying to navigate. Fuck that, man. Fuck that shit. If somebody's in your life, make sure they know how to use their mind, and you make sure you know how to use yours in a way in which everything is regulated the way that it should be. There's so much information out there now on this attachment style, this dysfunction, that dysfunction. Man, if we can't get it right in this generation, we're fucked. I don't care if you know God or not. Some of the most evil people I know are Christian people. They just haven't got it right. Take nothing away from it, but let's just say it. And some of the most evil people I know are also drug addicts and things like this. They just cannot come out of their infantile behaviour. So how are you with your mind? Are you looking after it, or are you mucking around with it? Because it'll all come back on you. If you get to my age, 60, right, and you've fucked with your mind, and you haven't bothered about pulling it back into line and getting yourself right, then you'll end up with what you deserve. And 9 times out of 10, that's nothing and no one. no health, no mind, no respect. You've worn everybody fucking out with your infantile mentality. No, man. No. Everything comes back to your mind. Look after your mind. Value it. Treasure it. And so will everybody else around you. And if they don't, kick them fuckers to the curb and get on with it. This world has a lot to offer, but it all comes back to your mind. When everybody falls down around you and collapses, fuck them. If your mind's right, look, you just stay in peace. Don't worry about the shit that they're going to go on with and this, that, and all. No, you've got your mind. You've got what they haven't got. You've got your mind. You played your cards right. You played your hand well. You dealt the best hand that you could. But if your mind's not right, everything comes back to your mind. This is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison on the ProBrick exclusive YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.